Dee Robeson from the Praise Radio Show from Power and Praise Network, and we're here at DSN, but today we're doing something a little different. I know you guys are used to us doing Spotlight What's Right, and a lot of times we bring on different artists and different business owners. So we're starting a new project called Our Biz, where we'll be having conversations with different individuals who are successful in their area of expertise. And today, I have the honor and the privilege of sitting with Maquan Smith.
Hey, Mandy, how you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. I thought the doors were gonna close on me because of Praise Radio. I was like, Jesus Christ! I hope they allow me in here.
Never look. I always tell everybody, if the building didn't fall down when I walked into church, okay, and if the world didn't fall apart when I gave my life to Christ, I think we pretty good.
Okay, thank you so much. I think we
pretty good. But thank you so much for being here. Okay. And I don't know if you guys have checked it out yet. And if you haven't, go check it out on Epic. They have the Godfather of Harlem. And I just want to know, what was your inspiration?
My inspiration was a lady by the name of Margaret Johnson, who I made a promise to 18 years ago to actually get the story of her father, grandfather, story to the world, to the masses. And that was my inspiration. You know, she wanted me to actually, get this done before she left the world. And she passed away in December of 2016. But I know she's smiling down right now, knowing that her dream has actually been fulfilled.
Amen. And I was telling him while we were outside waiting for them to set up that I actually had the pleasure of meeting Miss Margaret a couple of years ago, and beautiful woman, and definitely very much so in love with her grandfather. And yes. I mean, even when I met her, she was talking to me about him. And one of the things I shared with her is, growing up, I had a lot of family members, a lot of older family members that would tell stories about their childhood and about their parents and growing up. And one of the names that kept coming up was Bumpy Johnson. Mm-hmm. So I always felt some kind of way in my house because my older siblings got to hear a lot of these stories, and my older cousins and aunts and uncles met some of the individuals that are portrayed in a lot of these movies, but I wasn't here yet. So when I heard that you was doing this show, I was like so hyped to watch it, because I'm like, yes, now I can feel like I'm a part of this family.
I hope myself and my production team didn't let you down, that you enjoyed the first episode.
I loved it.
Okay. And
let me tell you what I love so much about it, because it didn't, like a lot of the other gangster movies that I watched, it kind of spotlighted the criminal side only. Mm-hmm. And I felt like yours didn't do that. It showed that side, but I also got to see the intellectual side of him. I got to see the family side of him. Even something as small as when they were sitting in a restaurant, him and his daughter, and they were eating the ice cream. Yeah. And we were laughing about that because, like, that's me. My daughter will be eating something.
You
and
took that cherry?
Yeah, and he was like, what? No, gotta be on the bottom. Yeah. Like, just showing the humanistic side other than what's portrayed on a regular basis about us.
Yep.
So I definitely appreciated that. And that was phenomenal to me. And like I said, a lot of the stories I heard growing up was that. It was not, just the criminal part. It was, he came to somebody's cookout and, something he did. And so those were the things I heard. Now, in doing this, a lot of people see the outcome of the process, but a lot of people don't understand the pain in the process.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you had to endure?
Well, you have to endure knowing that you're in a room at a major network with someone like Forrest Whitaker, who's an Academy Award-winning actor or an Emmy Award-winning writer, such as Chris Brancato, and you still get rejected. We're in a business, and I've said this 30, 40, 50 times, this is a business. Hollywood is a business. So for someone to turn someone down with a person like Forrest across from you, that's all in, it's pitching with you, his heart out, that shows you that this is a business.
That's right.
The trials and tribulations that we've had and the obstacles was, first of all, this is a period piece. Second of all, it's an African American narrative. And third of all, African American shows there's a myth that we don't sell well overseas in foreign territories. So now you're asking somebody to commit $60 million to $100 million on a project they don't even know if they're going to get an ROI back on. So yeah, those are some of the obstacles that we've had to kind of jump over and try to convince and have someone champion for us.
Now, one thing you just said, it's a period piece. And with that being said, did every part of the show, was it filmed in Harlem? Because so much has changed about Harlem, and even though some of the landmarks still, you know, the architect is still the same, but there's so much that has changed about Harlem. So, how much of it was shot there?
I would say about 65 to 75% of the show was shot in Harlem. We wanted to do it, the exteriors to be as realistic as possible. You know, other times we shot at Broadway stages, which is out in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, or Glendale. But we tried to get as authentic as possible. If we did shoot in Harlem, we tried to grab blocks that still had the same character as the blocks in the 60s, same architecture. You know, we created Lenox Lounge, because there's no Lenox Lounge anymore. We shot in Paris Blues. Paris Blues, their whole exterior is just like 50 years ago. They've been there for over 50 years. So, you know, we did what we could do. You know, we had great stage dresses, great production directors. You know, it was an amazing team that we worked with that brought 1963 to 2019.
And did a phenomenal job, might I add. So, did you know Forest Whitaker prior to him being casted for the part? Did he just jump right in?
No, actually, I did know Forrest, but it was more on around same circle type of knowing each other. And no, Forrest did not just jump right in this. He, as any actor would, even myself as an actor, you want to make sure there's a good script attached. You can have a good story with a lousy script, and you're actually putting your face, your credibility, your brand on the line. So, you know, it took us about 1.5 years before we actually got the script that really convinced Forrest to play the part of Bumpy. But Forrest always wanted to be involved on the production side because he felt it was a great story. But it was up to us to turn that great story into words and into something phenomenal to sell, where he would be able to attach himself. And it's the same way as me as an actor. Every check is not a good check. You know, you can tell me, oh, I want you to do the movie on Bugs Bunny. Okay, I'm gonna just do the movie. It doesn't happen like that. You know, if you have some type of integrity in your craft and in what you do, you want to make sure that the people you're working with have the same on the same model mindset.
Absolutely, and integrity is such a big word, such a key word, especially in business.
Yep.
And like you said, I think that's something very important for anybody that's looking to start any type of business to understand. Like you said, you just don't sign your name on a dotted line with anything because it appears good or because you know the person or because the person's famous, but you really want to look into what it is you're signing up for and going to be a part. So it says a lot. Like you said, it took 1 year. He looked into it, and this is something he wanted to be a part of. So. Yeah. That in itself is phenomenal. Did you play a character?
Yes, I play a character by the name of Junie Bird. Junie Bird is one of Bumpy Johnson's younger lieutenants. Mm-hmm. There are 3 of us. There's Nat Pettigrew, who's played by Elvis Nolasco. You have Del Chance, who's played by Eric Lee Harvey. You might have seen him in Boardwalk Empire. And then it's myself as Junie Bird, and I play one of the youngest lieutenants that's overrunning Bumpy's drug organization and his numbers.
Okay. And in playing that part, same for you, because you're the executive producer, did you just, like, how did that work? You getting...
I'll tell your audience out there, I wish people, you know, people ask me every day, executive producer, that's your job, to executive produce. Acting is it's a whole different ball game, and I wasn't able just to say I'm an executive producer, so I'm gonna make myself an actor. Like, I take acting very seriously. I've been doing that since I was 12 years old. I had to audition just like everyone else that came into the room. I didn't love it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just felt kind of weird. You're looking at your peers and you're auditioning in front of them.
Right.
And I got callbacks and callbacks and callbacks till ABC and Epic's Nancy Cotton, Tracy Underwood said, you know, he looks really good in the dailies, and my part was offered to me.
Nice.
So, you know, that was another battle I had to fight.
Now, in doing this, out of everybody you worked with or met, is there anybody that you did not know prior that you had the opportunity to meet that you were excited about meeting?
No, because this is really not my first rodeo. I don't really get starstruck. I just left Barack and Michelle in Martha's Vineyard. You know, I just because I've been doing this since I was young. So if you become immune to meeting people, I worked at BET for 16 years, and when I first got to BET, if you showed that you were starstruck, you would get fired. Being a fact, it's just like you're a doctor, you can't cringe when you see blood, or you're a police officer, you can't jump in the car when you hear gunshots and go away. This is just something, you know what I'm saying? Like when people ask me that, like, I don't get starstruck. Like, we have the same 365 days as anybody else. I get starstruck if I saw Jesus on the set. You know what I'm saying? Cool. That's when I get starstruck, like.
And nervous.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I'll be nervous as well too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, wait, keep crossing it. I dot every I. Like, speaking of, I read in an interview, you were stating that you make sure you get on your knees every night and, you know, thank God. So how important is that to you?
Man, that's the first thing I do when I get up in the morning. I thank God for putting me on that VIP list and allowing me to open my eyes and wiggle my toes and my fingers and be able to breathe oxygen through my lungs, because, you know, as we get older, I'm hearing every day this person is dying of cancer, this person just passed away in a car accident. You know, as you get older, it's not, oh, this person got shot anymore. It's just like, you know, life is just taking a toll on people, and we have to really realize that life is too short. Tomorrow's not promised to you, and there's no bunk beds in the graveyard. So whatever you want to do, you go out there in life and you get it, because you ain't gonna have company. You know, it's no rich or poor. We all gonna be in that same long black car. You know, you can have all the money in the world, but
still gonna end up.
You know, money does not buy health. So, you know,
not at all.
So yeah, every morning I get on my knees and I pray to the Lord and thank Him for allowing me to see another day. I was raised like that. So.
Well, I commend you, because they said that the graveyard is one of the richest places where people usually die with their dreams. So I always get excited when I see people living out their dreams, living out their passion, living out what God put in them. And I always try to instill that in my daughter. She's 8. Yep. So every time she says she want to try something new,
yep, she's a Scorpio too.
Yeah,
November 17th. I'm not gonna forget that.
She made it her business to be like, ask him his birthday. She knew his birthday and everything.
Yeah.
But before we go, what legacy would you like to leave behind? What do you want people to remember about you?
You know, truthfully, that's a question that's never been asked to me, but I can tell you, I want to be remembered as a conversation piece, that I struck the conversation or struck that mind that helped that person ignite that creative flame in their head and made a person just realize that, you know, anything is possible. If you dream it, you can achieve it. Go out there and get it. So that's what I want to do, spark that next doctor, the next lawyer, next director, producer, you know.
Absolutely. Well, I'm a creative, so from the moment we're sitting down talking, like, my mind is going and going and going. So you definitely sparked a lot in me. But I thank you for sitting down and speaking with me. I thank The Matrix Studios for giving me this opportunity. A shout out again to Praise Radio Show, and go check it out. Godfather of Harlem.
On Epix on Sunday.
Yes, on Sunday. So go check it out. 2 episodes so far, right?
Yep, 1 and 2.
All right, so I'm on point, see? All right, so take care. God bless, and we love you.